to tonight's meeting of the Finance and Governance Committee meeting. I declare the meeting open at 6:05 p.m. I would like to acknowledge the Bidjigal people of the Aurora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of all lands, waters and sky in the Georges River area. I pay my respect to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who live, work and meet on these lands. There are no apologies, so we'll move on. There were no requests to attend via audio visual link. Staff and public are reminded that this meeting is being recorded for minute-taking purposes and is also being broadcast live to the public on Council's website in accordance with Section 5 of Council's Code of Meeting Practice. The recording will be made available on Council's website. The order of business is as shown in the agenda, which has been made available. Staff and public are reminded that this meeting is open. Doors to the meeting room are to be left open unless the meeting moves into a closed confidential session according to Section 14 of the Code of Meeting Practice. Only if the meeting moves into a closed confidential session will the public broadcasting of the meeting be suspended. Council's Code of Meeting Practice prohibits electronic recordings of meetings without the express permission of Council. Mobile phones must be turned to silent during the meeting. Do we have any interest to declare? No. And there are no speakers registered for tonight's meeting. Confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting, FIN 001-24. Confirmation of the minutes of the Finance and Governance Committee meeting held on 11th December 2023. Can I call for a mover and seconder?
I'll move that, Madam Chair.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone against? I declare this motion carried. Committee reports, FIN 002-24, investment report as at 30th of November 2023. Can I call for a mover and a seconder?
I'll move that.
I'll second that, Madam Chair.
Any questions? Anything to discuss? Anyone? No? All those for? Aye. Anyone against? I declare this motion carried. FIN 003-24, investment report as at 31st of December 2023. Can I call for a mover and a seconder?
I'll move that. Second.
I'm looking at Veronica. Do we have any questions, any issues?
No.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Oh, okay. Okay, I declare this motion carried. FIN 004-24. So now when do I say that? Keep going. Okay. Quarterly budget review report for period ending 31st of December 2023. Call for a mover and a seconder.
I'll move that, Madam Chair.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah.
There we go.
It appears, and I'm trying to sort of work through all these figures. It appears that we're aiming for a budget surplus of about 3 million, roughly 3 million. So I've got that correct. The other thing that we've got is we've also got something here which talks about a budget surplus of 3.4 million and a 3-year capital program budget of 96.9 million, which is 519,000 increase from the previous review. With this one on paragraph 15, it appears that we are keeping up with we are keeping the $3.1 million surplus, which is good. And what's caused? Do you know what's caused the 510,000 increase?
For you, Madam Chair. So point 15 refers to the operating result, which Councillor Catchus has summarised that we are trending to achieve that result, which is positive in terms of that was our budget and we're working towards surplus. noting though the budgeted surplus is still deviating unfavourably from our long-term financial plan. So that's something we'll be monitoring. In terms of the capital expenditure, which is the, I think it's the 519,000 that was mentioned. So the table within the budgeted, so the attachment 1, there is a table 4 which outlines all those amendments that equate to the 519, which I can summarise a couple of them, which things like the there was one that was queried, like the reallocation of funds from Top Park Pool, the car park. Through you, Madam Chair, I might refer it to the CFO if you've got a few on the top of your head.
Yeah, so as through you, Madam Chair, as mentioned, table 4 detailed the division. Some of them are child fire and stores, lighting, 339,000. Tennis court fencing at Canberra Pool for 20,000. Lower Gennons Park, spoil remediation of 210,000.
Yes.
Page 50.
Page.
50 of the
49.
papers.
Huh?
Sorry, Scott. So they can review.
Yeah, so I guess you can review that table. You'll note some of those are also where we've increased budgets for certain projects. We're reducing other work that isn't likely to be completed this year, so they are offsetting for some of the items.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, I've got a couple of questions. Just talking to that table 4, which is on that page we just referenced, in the detailed capital program variations, we have the Todd Park sporting facility design, reallocation of funds from major building renewal. And just a question to the director, through you, Madam Chair. I thought that project was fully funded by a $250,000 grant. So just wondering if you could explain that $50,000 movement there.
Through you, Madam Chair, I'll refer that to the CFO.
Through you, Madam Chair. Yeah, so for that specific grant, that grant was capped at $250,000, and the initial budget that we had was for $250,000. Ongoing out to the market, it came in slightly higher than that, so this $50,000 increase is just to cover the additional cost of that design.
Okay. Okay. Just also on the same quarterly budget review, table 10, contracts awarded greater than $50,000. We have the dragon statue for Lunar New Year Festival with $66,000. So I just had a question of what happens to the dragon after that festival, hoping that, you know, that the $66,000 is not a once-use cost.
Through you, Madam Chair. So we have had it confirmed from the department. So the statue can be repurposed. So the body is shaped in a way that it can be amended to the certain animals of the relevant year that are being celebrated. So it can be repurposed for future statues required.
Okay, thank you. And there, I think it's the same table. It's the Hurstville Precinct place-based development design. It's currently in there for $212,000. And I guess my question is just, sounds like a lot for design, and was that for design and install or just for design only?
Yep, through you, Madam Chair. So that one, it's to do with the relocation of equipment from Kempfield, and because there are potentially 3 separate playgrounds that are being investigated, the cost is higher because it needs to utilise the actual equipment we already have, and it needs to be more purposely redesigned for those specific sites. So it's not like when we're designing a whole new playground for a specific area, it needs to be reconfigured for that. And it also doesn't include the relocation costs. So it's purely design.
Thank you. And just, okay, that's it. That's all my questions. My other questions are on a different item.
Yeah. So I'll put the motion forward. All those for, say aye.
Aye.
All those against? I declare this motion carried. In 005-24, appointment of independent member to the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee. Now, can I call for a mover and a seconder?
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Questions? There being no questions, I'll put this motion forward. All those for, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? I declare this motion carried. PIN 006-24 quarterly commercial property portfolio report for period ending 31st of December 2023. I call for a mover and a seconder. Veronica's in my eyesight. I keep looking at her.
Yes, that's totally fine. Are you moving it? Move it. I'll second it.
Do we have any questions?
I have a question just through you to the director. Item 7 of that report says that for the period of 1 October 2023 to 31st of December 2023, council issued 58,663 free 1-hour tickets in the pay and display car parks of McMahon Street, Tracy Street and Gloucester Street, Hurstville. If I just think about some of the other council car parks I use, like the Kogarah, the town centre, which is above the railway line, or the Derby Street car park, which is underneath the library, also the one at the Avenue at Hurstville. They all give, I think, 30 minutes free and then $2 for the first hour. I just wanted to understand the rationale for the 3 car parks in Hurstville offering 1 hour free when this isn't offered equally in the other major centres. So just a question.
Madam Chair, so historically, when Kogarah and Hurstville amalgamated, there was a very distinct difference between the two approaches to commercial car parking. So historically, former Hurstville City Council offered free parking, whereas Kogarah did have a more paid-based approach. So when George River Council resolved to implement commercial car parking, the impact on your Hurstville Central CBDs was more extreme, to go from free to a paid model, and also the time frame which is free. So the position was to gradually move away from 3 rather than go from 3 to 30 minutes. So each year we have been seeing a reduction in that free period to transition to a commercial based model, and also to get accessibility and movement in those areas as well. So at the moment it is 1 hour free. In the Hurstville based ones, though, there are discussions about the timing of when it would transition to 30 minutes and whether that's a feasible option for the community, and also palatable to council to transition to that, as it does cause a change in the habits in a lot of people that utilise that area. But it can be something that's proposed as part of the 24-25 fees and charges, and it is publicly consulted. So it can be something that is engaged with the community on to see their appetite, because it does help with turnover as well, but also whether it's more 1 hour stays or 30-minute stays is something you do need to look at. Further, Kogarah sites are seen as the control access parking at Kogarah are considered to be a bit more of a premium product, given their covered spaces and they have enhanced security as well.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? There being no other questions, I'll put the motion forward. All those for, say aye. Aye. Anyone against? I declare this motion carried. At this stage of the meeting, I'll wait for you.
No, it's fine, Nikki. No, it's fine. Continue reading.
Oh, okay. At this stage of the meeting, time being 6:18, I hereby advise that the meeting will move into committee of the whole to allow consideration of a matter in closed session in accordance with section 10A of the Local Government Act 1993. Accordingly, members of the press and public are excluded from the closed session, and access to the correspondence and reports relating to the items considered during the course of the closed session will be withheld. The action is being taken to allow discussion of the following item. PIN 001A24, property matter, 6 Jora Street, Hurstville lease. 10A clause 2, the Local Government Act 1993, council enter into closed session to discuss the matters previously read aloud to the meeting. I put this motion, can I have a mover and a seconder? So
I'll move it. That we move into closed confidential.
Put this motion forward. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? I declare this motion carried. That the Committee of the Whole recommendations for the items considered in closed session be confirmed as recommendations of this committee. Can I have a mover and a seconder? I'll move that. And a seconder?
Second.
Just wait for the recommendation to come up on the screen.
You've got to scroll back to the recommendation. You just did. Yeah, so if you can take that highlighting. Sorry. Lovely. No, can't be. Sorry.
So we've got to go to the recommendation from the confidential session.
Okay, that was it, the recommendation for confidential.
That's not the one.
The minutes.
In the minutes, it's the Fin. It is
Oh,
the,
I just copied the wrong one.
it's all right.
I'll just leave it aside. Yes, sorry.
That's all right.
Go what?
Fin 00128.
This was which thing? Then did a bit of.
So the Fin number is correct.
Yeah.
It's just the title.
Property.
Oh, okay.
What was it? With the 1A. It's 1A.
Not that one.
Not that one.
No, it's down.
So 24 what? 20,
1A, 24. So it says property map.
it's keep going to the last one, I think.
Property B.
Yes,
Second.
it's 1A dash 24.
No, not that one.
Oh,
So the one
We
that
can leave it the
one
same.
hasn't come into your
Same
minutes.
Oh no, it's 1A. The other one's
1A.
minutes are 1.
Minutes. Oh, so it's not here.
Can we just create a new shell?
Yeah.
1A.
So just
I can read out the recommendations.
sorry about that. So is it alright if I take over?
Yeah, sure. One A dash 2. Do you need the number?
Yeah, that'll help.
FIN 001A dash 24. Dash 24.
And if you go, you know, it's weird. Just let me do it this way. I'll fix the number later.
Yep, that's fine.
I'll just put 1A. 0, 1A. So what's the number? A here. Because it's some business.
Right. We can just put the number in the title even if that works.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Then. So who's moved and seconded this one?
so,
Simon,
Simon.
one. Exhaust.
She's, yeah, what's that? You, the confidential thing.
Yeah. Remove that. Thinking, I'll fix it later.
Senior property officer.
Property officer,
Officer.
thank you. Recommendations here. Okay, so.
That is undertaken. Yeah.
That the committee of the whole recommendations for the items considered in closed session be confirmed as recommendations of this committee. That's shown on the screen now. We have a mover and a seconder. The last one. Yep, that's what I got. I put this motion forward. All those in favour say aye.
Oh.
Any against? I declare this motion carried. There being no other business on the agenda, I declare this meeting closed at 6:37 PM. Thank you.